right. I think I've cried on their shoulders a few times, and the same as Becky and Laura. They've been my powerhouse to keep me going and to say that it's going to be all right and we're going to make it through this year again. Dave in Peterbilt, Ontario, that family that I've gotten to meet with them is the most wonderful family I could ever be a part of. Darren and Jeff. I had the greatest time at the St. Thomas National Raceway Park. They actually let me drive one of their brand new Peterbilts in a race.
No way.
And you won. And I won.
Against Harry.
The guy that owns the Peterbilt.
That was supposed to be a secret. Needs a new engine, but you won.
Yeah, well, no, I think I lifted the suspension you said a few times on the takeoff curve. Darren did come up to the window and say, do you want to win to win? Or you just want to have a good time? And I'm like, oh, I don't want to grind my gears and look like an idiot. That's all I'm worried about. Laura was in the truck with me. She had a great time with me. It's too bad she didn't get to actually see the race because she spent the whole time trying to pull her butt back.
Get back up off the bed.
I was so worried about grinding the gears that I took off like a bat out of hell, and Laura went flying into the back of the box. And there was a young girl from the racetrack in with me to guide us, because none of us had ever raced, and we didn't know like what the track was like. And once I knew I was kicking Harry's butt, and I saw that burgundy blur go behind me, I went to high-five everybody, and I turned around and all I see is Laura's butt. And the first thing I say is, what the hell are you doing? She goes, oh, I don't know why you're worried about grinding your gears. Every time you took off, I went flying back. But we made it through the race, and this is the first time we've actually ever had the chance to talk about it with Harry, because we keep telling him we were going to bug him about it and make fun of him, but he's out for a challenge, Darren.
I have video proof that says I let her win.
Of course.
He said the challenge is on, Darren, and he's actually going to use his own truck, so I think I better start coming to your place and practicing. But we had a great time, and that's when we got to meet more of the Peterbilt team family. And every event we go to, when they're there, we make sure we go mingle with them, and they're always supportive to us. They do their own events, and they go to other shows that we don't go to, and they're promoting us at those shows as well. And that's the greatest thing. I had a driver call me and say, you wouldn't believe what they're doing. What's the shop in Roxbury? That's it, sorry. He says they're literally using pink mechanic towels. Like they got the pink towels out in the mechanic shop. So that's how involved these guys get. And Rhonda's not here today. Her two kids are involved in hockey, and of course that's a big thing with her. But Rhonda is a big pusher for these guys. These guys start pounding the pavement. I can't believe how well they do and how amazing they are. And they just, like, once they get it in their mind, they go, and they're just wow, and they're great to be a part of. I will never forget the opportunity I had with Dave when I called him that day, and everybody said it was like winning the lottery that you actually got Dave on the phone. So I will always be grateful for that day. He took the time to listen to what I have to say and to listen about our event, and he didn't hesitate, and they've been on board with us ever since, and I appreciate that, Dave, so much.
It's a real pleasure.
Thank you. With Tom and Chad, the same thing. Getting to meet you guys, your families, that's the biggest thing about this. We get to meet everybody, and we get to meet different areas that we would never really go down the highway. We would never really run into you guys. And Glenda, you're a beautiful woman, and she supports us so much, and we're so glad to be a part of your organizations as well. Terry, this is the first time I've had the opportunity to actually thank Terry, and I'm going to try to keep this without crying. Terry is a huge supporter of this convoy, and I wouldn't be able to do it without you. Last year was a pretty rough year for me as a driver. I had quite the health issues, and my company backed me 100%. And they made it possible for me to keep going with this convoy. Sorry, Karen. But if it wasn't for that kind of support from your company, I would never be able to do this. And like Terry said, the whole company backs me. I let the dispatchers know that I'm going to an event, And they drop everything for me, and they make sure I get to these events. And I thank you so much for that opportunity, Terry, and to be a proud company driver for Highland Transport. Thank you.